Hello humans, if you're new here, hello. This video was not the type of video I was planning to make as my first video, but I went down memory lane today when it came to old YouTubers I used to love. Like, I ended up on the Wine Cone and just seeing if he made any content recently. His last video was like from a year ago. I used to love him when I was in high school, and I was like, there's a lot of YouTubers that I liked in high school that now I'm like, what are you guys doing? What have you guys done? Oh my god. Obviously, my sense of humor has matured. And then I remembered owntapowntapawn, the channel I had with two, and also The Losers from Nowhere, which was a channel that someone who was my friend in high school, a good friend in high school, maintained and edited. She made all the videos. I remembered that channel too because one of the comments that I saw on the only video that's available of me on owntapowntapawn at this point publicly was saying something about the losers from nowhere. I have a very bitter, sweet feeling of nostalgia when it comes to just all of it, really. I see a lot of comments on the Losers from Nowhere's videos, and I'm assuming some of these people are very young and in high school still, saying they wish they had a friend group like that, or they feel very alone. Also just wondering if we're still friends. I saw a comment saying we should reunite. Obviously there's some bitchy comments, because there always is, and I was called a lot of things back then with my spiky hair, and cringe was definitely up there, and whatever. I was a fucking teenager. Like, literally those videos were just us being dorks. The thing that is very bittersweet for me is I'm at a point in my life now where it's like it's a bit surreal to see new comments even that are like talking about how lonely they are, and people wishing they had friends like this or friends at all. And that just breaks my heart, because there really never was a time in my life where I thought about, oh, I'm gonna end up in my 30s and not feel like I have any friends. I am at that point, and it's not that I don't have any friends, but I just feel that so much now, like connecting with people. I just feel like an alien. I just feel like an alien that nobody really understands. I feel like I'm constantly misunderstood. It breaks my heart that any of you guys feel that way. And high school wasn't the best time ever for me, or really for any of my friends at that time. There were times that were really shitty, and I was made fun of a lot, but I just got past that, and I kind of turned shit around on bullies. But that doesn't change the fact that we did deal with a lot of bullshit. And while those videos are fun and showing us, having fun together and hanging out and, just being teenagers, I don't think for anybody at any point is life just always fun and everything's great. You know what I mean? I did not want to cry in this video. I don't even know what the hell I was just saying, but I remember I'm in Chicago now, but before I even moved to Chicago, like over 12 years ago, remembering the Losers from Nowhere and going to check up on the channel and looking at the old videos and stuff, and I saw someone asking if we're all still friends, and Michael responded and said something like, "We're all still friends except for the freaks," or something like that, which that really fucking bothered me, because number one, I never did a goddamn thing to him. I actually stood up for him all the fucking time, all the time. And I don't know really what he's talking about, because from my perspective, we just kind of all went in different ways. It was just natural. There wasn't anything vengeful or on my side anyway, there was no bitter feelings or anything like that. I don't know what that's about with him. I was going through a lot during high school when it came to my sexuality, gender identity, like so many things. That plus ending up with really horrible issues when it comes to addiction. I decided after seeing this and just reading through comments on those videos and my video that why not? This could be the first very low quality video on the channel that I've been wanting to start for a while. So what I can tell you is I isolated myself a lot when it came to my depression and anxiety. And after high school, me and we both went into the same program. It was illustration and design. I ended up dropping out. I wanted to be a tattoo artist. She finished the program. There definitely was a time in my life where, after I moved away from everybody, where I was really fucked up all the time. People grow and they grow in different directions. We just kind of, we just grew apart, you know. I was partying and I dropped out, and when it comes to the other guys, there wasn't like, to me, there wasn't any specific incident that caused us to drift apart, and I'm sure that they still probably all keep in contact to a degree. I'm going to, just reach out and say hello and see how some of them are doing. See if like there's something that happened that I don't know about that would have caused Michael to leave such a comment publicly. There's really so much for me to go over, to talk to you guys about, to catch you all up on. I don't have kids. I think I've seen a few comments talking about, oh, you guys know they probably have kids now, or some of them have kids or whatever. I will never have children. Not for me. Not passing down my horrible genes. And I'm not in any sort of place mentally to be a proper parent to a child. But I could be. I definitely could be. And yeah, there are some of us who do have kids, so not wrong there. I thought I would just like read some of the comments on here on the Losers from Nowhere videos that I was a part of. Address them, I guess. So I'm just gonna do that. All right, so I'm not gonna go through every single video, but it's the Losers at School #2. Which I am one of the people. I'm the spiky-haired one. A lot of people at my high school called me Sunshine. The top comment up here is, please bring back the 2000s, dear God. Okay, and then there's replies here. They've been trending since the early 2020s. As far as I know, every girl I know owns a pair of low-rise jeans and a halter top, not to mention how popular extra baggy jeans are nowadays. Someone else was like, no, we really don't need that shit back. What do you mean that shit? What we looked like is what were we doing that was so horrible at that time? Just our style at the time as like 15-year-olds. Stop idealizing the 2000s. I was actually there, and this was the cringiest part of them. I mean, okay. Honestly, to me, the cringiest thing when it comes to people is more so like their behavior than their appearance, but you know what? You're entitled to your opinion. And then someone responded to this person saying, some people might have liked stuff online back then. In fact, there are many who were there who have good things to say about their experiences. I was there, like literally I was there, like in this video. And we had fun. Like we did have a lot of fun. Someone said, "Lion, little Timmy, you were born in 2009." And then some other person was like, "I was born in 2001 and I agree with him." I was born in 1993, bitch. You were born in 2001. You weren't there then, bro. You weren't there. Man, that's crazy. I graduated in 2010. You would have been 9 then. You would have been 9 then. But I think that there's a, so not even in high school then, is what I'm saying. It's just like, I think that a lot of this that I'm seeing, something that really surprised me was that there are all these comments from really not that long ago on these videos. And these videos are old. Like, my God, I just looked at when this was posted 17 years ago. 17 years ago. That's crazy. That is surreal, man. I am old as fuck. I didn't think I would actually make it into my 30s, if I'm being honest with you guys. And there were many times where I wouldn't have had there not been someone to save my life. So someone said, oh, 53 or a plus 1 million. I don't know. I'm not going to count those zeros, but losers at school. I'm pretty sure these losers are now professionals. Yeah. I mean, I'm not, but I'm not one of them. I'm still a loser. I'll be a loser for the rest of my life. I was only 10 in 2009, but I still miss these days. These are the kind of teens I aspired to be when I became a teen myself. Still, I'm happy that I was 9 to 14 in 2008, 2013. The late 2000s, early 2010s is honestly my favorite era, even more so than the early 2000s. I'm glad the early 2010s at least still kind of felt like the late 2000s in some ways, and that I was a tween, younger teen at that time. You know, I know when I was a teenager, and honestly, still to this day, I wish that I was alive when punk had its peak, you know? Not just alive, because I was alive, but like a teenager in that time, which my partner was. I think it's kind of the same thing, you know, with some of these comments. It's kind of surreal to read them because it's like, first I'm like, damn, I'm really that old. But also it's like, this is so crazy because it's like wishing that you were a part of a time that when you weren't alive or you weren't old enough to be aware or part of the scene, you know? And I so relate to that, but to see it on a video that I'm in is just so surreal. The girl with the spiky hair, she looks freaking awesome. Thank you. That's from 8 years ago, but still this video is 16, what did I say, 16 years ago? So that's still like many years after it was posted. Thank you. I know that's a very delayed thank you, but thank you. And then someone said, I know, right? Someone else said true, and then someone said no, just no. It's okay, you don't have to like how my hair was in high school, man. Yes, she reminds me of Noodle from Gorillaz in Phase 2, but more alternative. Oh, I love that. And that's a compliment from 4 years ago, and I love that. I love the Gorillaz. Yes, just yes. If you hate on her, you can leave. I was in high school from 2008 to 2012, and this was such an era. I miss it. I wish I had friends like this. I have no friends. That's from 10 years ago, so 7 years after the video was posted. That makes me sad, man. We can be friends. Ice Heart Fox, we can be friends. Oh my God, it was 13 years ago. YouTube feels like a time machine. I know. It's fucking surreal, man. The losers are always the most fun. 7 days ago. The losers are always the most fun. I completely agree with you. They're also always the most down to earth and the ones that will stand up for people who are being shat on because they know what it's like to be the underdog. This is the teenhood I was promised but never got to experience. I'm glad they at least had the time of their lives and put it all in a time capsule to look back on. You know, I do really appreciate that Rose put these videos together of us hanging out at school and at the mall, and that I am able to go back and look at these, and it's kind of crazy to me that there's like 100,000 views on this video and, you know, hundreds of comments. Go. Love how this video is literally 2 months older than me. I went through my emo phase around 3 years ago, and really watching old YouTube videos like these helped me get a sense of what the style really was and is, and tried to recreate it as much as I could, a whole good decade later. I've outgrown my phase somewhat now, but funny enough, I did get a typical emo experience. What does that mean? I'm very curious. I do want to know what that means. What's a typical emo experience? I was bullied. Okay, yes. I was bullied too. That is very typical. You're right. I was bullied for the way that I dressed, and people didn't like the music I listened to. And of course, I was depressed at some point, even though I kept denying it. But I wouldn't say I regretted it at all. I felt like my own person when I was emo, and even through all the negatives, I found a lot of positives and created good memories. Plus, now I have cool clothes, accessories, and a shit ton of CDs to pass down to my future kid whenever that time comes around, probably a decade from now, and a great music taste. Well, there you go. Fuck the bullies, man. I had so much fun shitting on bullies in high school. So much fun. I loved it. A lot of the time, they're having a shitty experience at home, but you know what? That doesn't negate the way that they treat other people. There were some really fucked up people at my high school. There was this kid who he just talked shit to everyone, and then it came out that he recorded a video of his friend R-ing another student at my high school. So then everybody was talking shit to him and he couldn't take it. His fucking dad and his dad's friends came to our high school to beat kids up, which just shows you what kind of home life he had. I got to a point where I didn't care and I didn't hesitate in what I was saying. When I was in elementary school, I was bullied too. I started puberty early. I had acne before I was in high school. I had hand-me-downs. You know, it was for just like, oh, you're not good at gym. You're not, you know, all of these things. All this stupid shit, right? But at the time, it really hurt me, man. I was such a pushover. I would just agree with what people were saying to me. I would just say, I know. I would cry. I'd go sit in the corner and cry, agree with what they were saying about me. It made one girl feel so bad, she ended up apologizing to me. But there was a point where, when I got into high school, I was just like, fuck these people. Like, for real, fuck these people. Fuck what these idiots think. Just being able to rebuttal their insults well and confidently worked pretty fucking well with a lot of them, and they just fucked off. And I stood up for a lot of people, including you, Michael, if you're watching this. You, when you weren't even there, because you know how people treated you in high school. So, blows my fucking mind that you would label me a creep or freak or whoever else you're talking about, bro. Bizarre. Really weird. But yeah, sure, go off, man. It's surreal that there are comments from the 2000 to 2012 emo pop punk style era. I wonder if these people ever thought that 2 decades later that we would look back at these videos and saw how teenagers of the 2000s and early 2010s lived. The most emo skater pop punk vibes here. I love that. You know what's funny? My mother, for as long as I could remember, would tell me that this was a phase and I would grow out of this phase. And I mean, you can see my hair. I have piercings. I didn't really grow out of the phase. It's literally just a preference. Ah, God, I really wish I had been a teenager in the 2000s. Please, Lord, bring back the 2000s 10 days ago. That's so funny because I so often say, like, oh my gosh, I wish I was a teenager in the 90s, you know, like early 90s. I don't know. It's just surreal because I guess I never thought that people would be reflecting on videos that I was in my friend group and be like yearning to be a part of that. You know, it's very interesting. Hope all the people in this bit are living their best lives right now. That's very, very sweet. And you know what? I'm trying. Depression and addiction are very difficult. there's really too much going on in my life, particularly right now, to even go into. But I do think that Two is living her best life, and I honestly couldn't tell you about any of the others because I moved far away, and even before that, we just drifted apart. I am going to reach out though, all because of this. I'm going to reach out. Maybe I'm going to find out some tea that I never knew of until all of this to do with myself. And I'll be like, oh yeah, she is a freak. I didn't know that about her. Um, 2008 school flow, basically. Yep, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you probably got that exact date because of the date the video was posted, but yes, and it is in a school, so you are correct. The chick with the spiky hair has awesome hair. Please do a tutorial. I would do a tutorial now, honestly, if you wanted, but this is like 10 years old, so you might not. I wish I was born 6 years earlier so I can live through the 2000s decade in the US as a teenager. So this was in Canada. But I feel you. I feel you. I feel that way when it comes to the punk scene in the late 80s and 90s. I wish I was there for the peak of that because I relate so much to punk values, and I love the music, and it just seemed like such a fucking cool time to be alive, you know? I was too busy in preschool in this time. You were a very busy preschooler. Yeah, I know. It's hard, man. There's a lot of homework and counting ABCs and shit. That might be too advanced for preschool. I don't know children. I did leave a comment on one of these videos. I don't remember which video it was, years ago. Maybe, where I was like, hey, bros, you know, if you see this, I hope you're doing well. This is super nostalgic. You know, you can reach out to me on Facebook. She never did. Nobody ever did. I don't know if she just never saw it or if there's some hostility towards me for whatever reason. If there is, I don't know why. I wonder where and how everyone is now, even the people in the background. Yeah, me too. And I can't tell you. So I'm in Chicago. I've been here for a while. My life has been quite a roller coaster. And I'm in my 30s now, and I feel like I lost a lot of my life to addiction and depression, you know, legal problems. Now, this is a emo friend group that is awesome. OMG, what a time to be emo 2 months ago. It was horrible, man. It was horrible. People hated us. They really hated me because I guess my hair. I loved dressing like that. I loved my friends. I loved like the fun that we had. And you know, but it's not like everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, you are such a rock star. You're so cool." People there was someone tried setting my hair on fire, you know, putting gum in my hair. Someone stole my MP3 player. I was made fun of like literally every single day, but we still did have fun. We did have some fun times, so. I was 1 month old when this was uploaded, yet I feel nostalgic. Well, I mean, maybe you got really good memory and you saw this video at 1 month, who knows? Maybe you were there. You were just around the corner, your mother was holding you and you actually were experiencing the video, but you just weren't in it. Man, I missed the emo trend back in school 7 days ago. Started again. Seriously, it doesn't need to be a trend. You can dress however you want. You can do your hair however you want, your makeup however you want, dress however you want. Throw on some Converse and some ripped jeans. Put some thick eyeliner on. When TikTok didn't exist nine days ago. Yeah, TikTok didn't exist. YouTube wasn't owned by Google. YouTube definitely was a better place. Honestly, the internet was a better place in my opinion than it is now. Camera quality is amazing for 2008. Geez, that's only barely 3 years after YouTube came into existence. Yeah, yeah, Rose was really, really great. She would bring her camera around. These videos were awesome. Does the girl, this is 10 years ago, so does the girl with the spiky hair keep it like that every day? Because if so, dude, that must take so long. XD, but worth it. I did do it every day, and yeah, it took so long. There were some days where I didn't, but they were rare. My last year, I stopped, and people thought I changed schools. They didn't know I was the same person just because of my hair. Holy shit, is this true? When you go to their About page, their MySpace is there. Feels weird, man.
There are even personal MySpace pages anymore.
I don't know. I hope my page isn't there anymore. Oh my god, whose MySpace page? Damn, y'all like in your 30s now, huh? Wish I was a 2008 kid while I was, but way younger than these guys. Well, this was 4 years ago and I was not in my 30s yet, so...
That's what was going on, sorry.
These people are probably in their mid-30s now, 7 days ago. I'm 32, so not mid-30s, 32. And they're all 32-ish too, because we were in the same grade. I'm just gonna end this because this is getting long, but there will be more videos from me. I've been wanting to make more content, but just looking at the one video that I left public with 13 comments. So they're all like years old, right? But this video was posted 12 years ago. And, hi Loki. It's my cat Loki. Hi. Hi, baby. We have, well, look who decided to come back to the YouTube world. Welcome back, cutie. Can't wait to see more from you. That was super sweet. 6 years ago, so 6 years after I posted this, I still come here from time to time remembering when YouTube was still a great place. Thank you. That really means a lot, and it means a lot that anybody at all even remembers the stupid videos that Tu and I used to make. What happened to all your old videos? They were so funny. I'll see if I can get back into the account and I'll make them public again. I was kind of embarrassed by them after, you know, growing into adulthood because they were just kind of stupid. They were just like goofy, you know. I love your profile picture, by the way. I hope you still use this YouTube account because this is from 10 years ago, this comment. And I'm just now seeing it. I've always liked your videos. You're a rad girl. You are not alone in your struggles. I like when you say to just get up and do something and you'll fucking feel better. I hope to see more videos soon. You seem to always have so much fun with them. I did. I loved making videos and I really loved editing. Holy shit, I remember watching when I was like 12. Shit, tears are rolling down my cheeks. Hope to see more videos sometime 10 years ago. X trip X1, lowercase I. And then 3 years after, I Don't Live Today, posted again. I used to love your videos, even if you're not with your friend anymore. You have the creative talent to put together more amazing videos if you so desire. Considering this one was posted a year ago, I just assume you're going through a lot of life changes. Don't have the time, still going through a rough patch. Swift kick, dude. Or you just got bored of this shit and shifted your focus on something else. If you're still out there with another channel or something, please let me know. Who knows if you even check this channel anymore, but it's worth a shot. I've always adored your videos. I get your humor. They brought me many laughs. Much love to you, beautiful peach, wherever you are. This is so sweet, and I hope you still use this account. I will get in touch with you. Oh my god, totally misses your videos. You're still awesome. It's just crazy that anybody even remembered our videos, and I thought this would be a good video to start off on my new channel. The next one will be better quality. I love you all, and I hope that you're all doing well. Take care of yourselves. I know that things are hard right now in the world, not to mention what we're all dealing with in our personal lives. So give yourself some grace, and I'll see you guys soon for real this time, okay?